You're talking nonsense!
By Abraham's beard, that's the way it was. Did you hear about Praga? I'm at the harbor getting fish, and half the wharf is in splinters. They said there's even bodies.
More bodies than they usually fish out of the Vistula, practically every day. They were only just writing about Povishle.
But listen to this. They're saying it's some giant did it all.
You sure?
Maybe I can help. Recently, I've taken an interest in one of those.
Leave us alone. Did you wander in here by mistake?
I hope those guys outside are your relatives. Otherwise, you're paying too much for your protection. Are you scared of something?
I'm not easily frightened. I have the time spent working with your father to thank for that. You got some dirty laundry that needs cleaning, Mr. Shulsky.
I was interested in this giant you mentioned to the fishmonger.
I can't help you. Rabbis are the ones who deal with golems.
I didn't say anything about a golem.
I'm afraid I can't help you. And now, if you'd like...
You were curious how my father died. Beneath the ruins of a building in Śródmieście.
That's awful. How did it happen?
I'm glad you're asking. A remarkable death, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's have a word about your conflict with my father.
There was no such thing. I have warm feelings for the store, and his father as well.
Why did you quit working for my father?
It was a mutual decision.
I know that you and my father parted ways in bad terms. What happened?
We both had difficult personalities, but I still remember him fondly.
I am the hurricane's wrath.
Okay, nice. Powinno być dźwięk.
You're not telling me everything.
I don't have to explain myself to you, Mr. Shulsky.
I'm leaving now, but I can tell this won't be the last time we meet.
Farewell. Is there something else?
Let's talk about your relationship with my father.
Mr. Shulsky, I'll say it one more time. Stanisław and I didn't quarrel.
Liar. Your anger still lingers around the photograph of my father. You're going to find it hard to hide anything from me.
I'm not in the habit of speaking ill of the dead, Mr. Shulsky. Especially to their family. Old grudges drove us apart. Not all stains are easy to remove. Especially ones on a person's honor.
And might they give you a reason to seek revenge? A motive?
I can't summon golems if that's what you're getting at.
But you know there is such a possibility.
Is that all? I need to get back to work.
I'm leaving now, but I can tell this won't be the last time we meet.
Farewell.
Hello.
You said a month, 2 at most. I believed you. Then came the very first rain, and it was pouring in again. You fixed it, then the next rain. Soaked. I can't sleep because I have to keep emptying buckets. It's leaking just as badly as it was before. But the eyes of God are in every place, and they're watching.
Rabbi, when I said 2 months, you said there was one hole in the ceiling, but the whole building is in shambles here.
I can do it.
Quiet! You can seal up your daddy's barn with straw. The roof is gonna get holes because the foundations are crumbling.
So, let's go down to the basement.
Oh no, definitely not there.
What's in the basement that's so frightening?
Hashem, something down there reeks so awful that...
Come now, don't be silly. Why do you afflict me so? I know why, because you know I shall bear it. Well, sir, are you just here to listen, or have you got something to say?
Am I speaking to Rabbi Sofer?
You see, all I gotta do is mention these cellars and his name comes up.
Would Hashem let a synagogue be haunted?
Hey now, quiet.
You're too late, I'm afraid. My name is Feldman. Rabbi Sofer departed this world almost a year ago. Forgive me, I have worldly matters to attend to.
I understand, Rabbi. And if someone were to help you with these workers?
In the words of the market woman trying to tempt a Jewish man into idolatry, what harm would it do?
I understand. Buck up. God helps those who help themselves.
But maybe you're right, Rabbi. Maybe Hashem is afflicting us, setting a test for us.
You heard the guy talking about Sulfur. The old man cursed this place, especially these cellars.
So I'll go on my own, and show that Hashem protects me against curses in Hashem's domain.
On your own. You can seal up your daddy's barn, right? Fine, let's go.
You've gotten the better of me again, Hashem. Your tests still surprise me, but if this is your will, I think Hashem has sent you to me. Who are you?
I'm the son of Stanisław Szulski, and I really need help.
Let's go into my office. Let's show Hashem we accept the challenge. Please, tell me what problem brought you here.
Rabbi Sofer put a curse on my father. Unfortunately, it started affecting his children as well.
A curse is a serious accusation, you know. I find it hard to believe Sofer would do such a thing.
Maybe, Rabbi, you could tell me something about golems.
Son of Stanisław, golems are a matter of Kabbalah, and you are not allowed to study them. It's a trap for a soul. There are tales of golems being summoned for revenge, or in good faith, for protection. But they all end rather badly. And you claim that Sofer supposedly sent a golem?
I don't know. Did the old rabbi perhaps leave some things here? May I take a look at them?
Yes, here you are. All his books are here. I don't think I threw anything out. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Rabbi, could you tell me something about Sofer?
He was fair, but also difficult and very principled, like this city. Riots, provocations, pogroms, overpopulation. But if he's the one who inflicted the curse, he must have been a powerful thaumaturge and Kabbalist.
Who can summon a golem?
Normally, it's determined by need. The Kabbalist rabbi summons the golem himself, but other Jewish people can also entreat him to do so. In legends, the golem is a terrible punishment and a tool for meting out divine justice. But I think it's an offense against Hashem, and revenge is no justice.
How can I stop a golem?
To summon it to life, you write the 3 Hebrew letters spelling emes, truth, on the clay that formed it. In an attempt to stop the monster, the heroes of these legends would erase the first letter from its clay body. That leaves mes, which means death. But I don't know how much truth is in that.
Rabbi, could you help me understand something about Kabbalah?
No, and I'll say no more on the subject. I fear for your soul.
I'm afraid that I won't find anything more here. Thank you, Rabbi. Rabbi?
I'm listening.
I found a prescription belonging to the old rabbi. Was something troubling him?
He had heart problems. The local pharmacist would even bring him some kind of special medicine.
What was that pharmacist called?
Abraham Horowitz. But now his pharmacy is sitting empty.
Let me guess. He's dead?
Unfortunately. Some say that the socialists were involved. Others claim it was the Ochrana's doing. Let's keep talking, if you need to.
Mordechai Chayat. Do you know that name, Rabbi?
He owns one of the laundries here in Miruf, but I admit he doesn't really come to see me. Maybe there are other things I could be of more help with.
I'll be off now.
I'll pray for you.
Aren't your legs getting sore? Stupid. I wonder exactly what he's up to. What do you mean, who?
Please, come in.
Is it that obvious?
No worries. Well, so, how do you...
Perfect.
You were all ready?
Mr. Shulsky again. Have a new theory?
I know about the pharmacist.
Beg your pardon?
All this is because Abraham Horowitz, isn't it? He lost his life, and the whole community felt it. Seems like you did most of all. I just don't get why Horowitz was so important to you.
Community. Something you Shulskis don't know a thing about. Here, we take care of everyone equally. No one is more or less important than anyone else. Your father's punishment was fitting for his actions and his background. The wrath of the Jewish people. A death for a death.
Was it worth it? A golem is a blunt instrument that kills and harms everyone in reach.
What are you talking about?
You wanted to teach my father a lesson, and you did. It's too bad innocent people died in the process. The building that collapsed on Stanisław, it was inhabited by people. Now all that's left of them are some damaged items. That's what happens every time the golem physically manifests. Random people lose their lives due to its untamed power.
No, it can't be. It wasn't supposed to be that way.
I don't think the punishment is adequate for the crime. Horowitz had something on his conscience. He must have, if both the Ochrana and the Socialists were interested in him. And what my father did, I can't believe I'm saying this, but his motives seem noble.
Oh, do they?
There's no trace of cruelty in his actions. He didn't do it for his own profit, but for some kind of greater good.
Without any specifics, those are just words.
My father and Sofer knew one another for years. Father knew the rabbi could be forced to create a golem if Horowitz was killed. They both took that risk. Sofer couldn't reveal that he knew Stanisław. He also knew that Horowitz had to disappear because he was a threat to too many people.
To whom?
That doesn't matter. You don't have anything to do with this, Mordechai. Just like I have nothing to do with my father's actions. I am connected to them only by my blood.
What do you want?
To get rid of the golem. Tell me something, anything, that will get me closer to a solution.
Instead of telling you, I'll show you.
Where? Into an alley, where some friend of yours will smack me around?
To the synagogue. Are you coming?
Yes, let's go.
We'll stop to get Feldman. He should see this too.
So,
No wonder the roof is leaking if the foundation is crumbling. A lovely metaphor, Hashem. But what happened here had nothing to do with Hashem. Did it?
Mr. Shulsky wished to know the origin of his curse. This is where it took its shape. If I'd... Now I see it differently, but back then, when I was talking to Sofer, revenge and justice seemed one and the same.
Revenge is no justice. It is always dictated by anger, and in anger, erring comes easily. But Sofer agreed to it.
He summoned the golem. What else do you want to know?
what do you remember from the moment you summoned the golem?
Nothing. I don't want to go back to that.
Your memory takes shape and forms into words. Talk to me, Mordechai.
I feel cold. Cold from the clay seeps into my fingers, into my bones. But the colossus I've been sculpting for hours is nearly ready. Sofer whispers the spell in Hebrew, but his words throb in my temples and soul. The colossus comes to life and looks at me.
What did Sofer say then?
I don't know.
Speak!
I couldn't hear, I swear. I couldn't hear. Truly. Enough, I beg you. Enough. Your family and your blood deserved this curse. Enough.
Hayat. How could Sofer have done something like this? And you, sir, how are you not ashamed?
Maybe I've treated Hayat unfairly.
You made him relive all that. That's torture.
I wanted to know. Anything might help us get rid of the golem.
Even so.
This place won't tell me any more.
And what have you learned?
The hole you can't miss over there is the new door the golem smashed when it was summoned to life.
And no one saw anything. How is that possible?
The clay formed a shell that Sopher infused with the saluter. Hayat brought it and spent hours shaping the body of the golem.
Hours? That must have been horribly exhausting.
What's a few hours in exchange for a curse that lasts generations? These are the remains of some fabric that Sopher wrote something on, in Hebrew, I think. This might be some prayer, incantation, even a spell. There's not enough left to read anything. That's all, but I'm not any closer to a solution. I need someone like Sopher.
A thaumaturge and a kabbalist?
Do you know one, Rabbi?
Well, there is someone. Normally, I'd advise against contacting him, but after considering these extraordinary circumstances, and with trust in your choice of a path to lead me down, I'm compelled to reveal that it's Ariel Rofe.
Of course.
Do you know one another?
Well, I know him well enough to suspect that he might not want to help me, but I'll look for him.
Mercy rebuilds bridges.
I think I know where Rafa would tell me to shove that.
All right, I think it's time for us to go. This place just makes the blood boil. Shall we?
I want to look around a little more. I'll find my own way out.
Please, look after yourself.
To coś chujowo jest. Kurwa, miałem tak fajnie ustawione, teraz mi się te ustawienia porozpierdalały. Porównując to, a porównując na przykład... Mogę sobie zdjęcia porobić, kurwa.
Rabbi?
I'm listening. I'll...
Since we keep following one another around, maybe we should introduce ourselves.
What are you talking about?
I've got the impression that I've caught you gents' attention. I'm curious why.
Don't you know where curiosity like that can get you?
It'll cause you nothing but trouble.
Maybe we'll meet again.
Czekaj. O właśnie.
Still here, gentlemen?
Please don't look for...
You guys are so devoted. Is the pay worth so much hard work? Maybe it's time to fight for a raise.
I don't want to keep mucking around in this crap. Not for this kind of money. Following some spoiled brat around, standing for hours outside people's windows. And God alone knows what for. Not for this kind of money.
Wait up. I'm not gonna stand here on my own with him. Let's talk to the chief.
Kurwa, expa nie dostałem. A chuj mam w dupę za takie coś. Co? Kurwa, czemu za wpierdol jest exp, a za rozwiązanie normalne, słowne nie ma? Głupie trochę.
Still here, Jen?
Please.
Okay, we all know how this ends, right? I predict that we'll end up beating each other black and blue, so...
What a talented fortune teller.
idea about this place. I know this trace. Hello, sweet secret. I think that's everything now. So, besides father, there were two more. A candy lover and a coffee lover. Konieczkin must have had one of them in mind. Quit whining. Mr. Sweet Tooth is definitely suffer. He died before father, so he's not the one who took the grimoire. That's what I call you now. The doctor. Because you help rabbis and people the hospital is off limits to. Rebels and revolutionaries. Luckily, I know someone who matches the description. Maybe we'll find out what she needed that ammunition for. Come on, we'll be careful. Time to get some donuts at Rodwitz.
Tell me what brings you here.
So this cause of yours...
What do you want to know?
You stole the Dutch pomade shipment. I read about it on the train from Vienna.
We're famous. Yes, that's true. But I won't tell you where it is, nor what it will be used for.
How exactly are you going to serve the cause?
The PPS has extensive structures. Most members engage in demonstrations or meetings, underground lectures.
I know a certain woman who's keenly interested in them.
Bring her sometime.
Maybe someday.
We're part of the PPS Combat Organization. We use more radical methods.
Do you shoot as well, or just carry ammo?
Want to find out?
Is Bergrodby's cafe frequented only by your sympathizers?
No, but the name is known only by a select few.
Why did the PPS choose this particular place?
It's just one of many where we get together. The beer is drinkable here, and the boys are nice.
Actually, something else brings me here. I'm looking for a particular man. He's a doctor and a thaumaturge. He treats people with rather radical views.
Who do you mean? Us?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Diplomatic. I'm sorry. We don't betray our comrades to anyone who asks.
So you do know one another after all.
Who knows?
How about this? I won't ask for anything else, but please, pass something on to him from me.
Are you praying to an onion?
Hush. What should I pass on to this doctor? Not bad. Not bad at all. Adulthood is like an onion. The more you try to separate it out into its basic parts, the worse it stings and makes you want to cry. Done.
O ty kurwa! W oczy mi patrzysz, kurwa?
Just pass it on to him. He'll know.
A to fajnie, łamanie czwartej ściany. Fajne, fajne, fajne.
Anything else?
I'll be off now.
If I get an answer
Dałem
from
cebuli.
the doctor, I'll let you know. Look after yourself.
Cebulę mu dałem.
Have we met?
I told you it was him. The son of Śródmieście. A great bout in the dungeon. Top notch.
Want to help some brothers in need?
That depends on whether you know where Ariel Rofe is.
Well then. No. Go to hell.
Wait. He's got important business here too. And if we do know, you'll help?
What's going on?
Something's lit a fire under the coppers' asses. It ain't enough that their weapon transport went missing. They mucked up again recently.
Something smashed it to smithereens, and now half the damn harbor's gone. They called in patrols and the army, and they're guarding it now. But there's this little thing we gotta get from where it's stashed and destroy it for Ariel. So, you gonna help us, or what?
And that damage at the port, what's it from?
Dunno. The socialists blew something up, probably.
No matter what. What matters is it throws a wrench in the works for us. The question stands. You helping or not?
What are you supposed to get rid of for Ariel?
Why do you care?
Because I'm the one taking risk.
If you don't succeed, then you don't need to know, right?
I'll see what I can do. Nothing can be kept secret from me.
Kurwa rzecz. A z nimi mogę pogadać?
No going through, Paliak. Czego nada?
Kurwy. Chciałem jeszcze z nim pogadać. I ty kurwa.
Czego nada?
How did you know I was Polish?
Because you're asking a stupid question instead of doing what you're told. What you looking for here, Paliak?
What treasures are they hiding in there that they need all these guards?
His Excellency's dirty underwear. What do you care?
I think I must be lost.
Good. Get out of here.
Co, no muszę się z nimi powinno pierdalać jak...
Czego nada?
I was born here. You're just passing through.
That's so.
Ко мне, сукины дети. Бейте поляка.
Ile będę... O! Kurwa! Dobra, czekaj. Pierwszy ten atakuje. 24, piękny. Piękny hit. Stracę ten. To w kolano jeszcze. Między oczy dostał.
So much for discretion. What the hell do you need that spellbook for?
Leave him. We'll take what we need and get the hell out of here.
Ja dostałem ekstra dodatkowego. Kurwa, no co za chamstwo. Raz dostajesz dodatkowy exp za wygranie, raz nie. Tak się nie robi.
Nothing can be kept secret from me.
Чего надо?
See how they sparkle? They are worth that much, and they could be yours. My friend won't say anything, and neither will I.
I don't know.
Fuck that. We'll split them 50-50.
Respect.
We had an agreement, right?
Ariel hangs out around Różyc.
But you didn't hear that from us.
Hang on. Różyc is huge.
Well then, good luck to you.
The police plus the Ochrana. They had their way with this place. Under the sky of Mirov, a thaumaturge has his lair.
Ty... Aha, patrz, ja byłem tu.
Delightful. A Kabbalist's den. So. Is their offer capable of emotion? Ariorofa and God don't get along so well.
Przepraszam.
Hello, sweet secret. wasn't too hard.
O góra skurwa.
Where do you think you're going, pretty boy?
I'm looking for someone. They say he's got a business here.
Do the smart thing and hit the road. Go on. Fuck off.
Am I wrong, or are you guarding a closed butcher's store? This is Ariel Roffe's Geschäft, right?
I'll check you the hell out in a minute and we'll be done.
You talk just like the friend I'm looking for.
I'm asking you nicely, capisce? Bid it.
I'm looking for Ariel Roffe.
Then you can double fuck off, you fucking dummkopf!
You'll attract more attention with that shouting.
Buzz on before I get my club. You're not gonna tell me how to do my job, you flibbit and raggedy sot. Beat it.
But I know Ariel's got his hideout here. I even know which copper's hands he greases.
I don't know about no bribes, you
Provocateur?
Fuck off.
I swear, I know this is Ariel's hideout.
Know how to read? It says butcher's shop.
Sure, it's extra kosher, because there's no meat at all in there. Come on, every bum at Rouge reeks of booze from this place.
And when they come here, I'll tell them to fuck off.
Please, I just want a word with Ariel.
Ogres, how come he's still standing here mouthing off at you?
It's me, Victor.
Shulsky, I remember. Fuck off.
So, should I give him what for, boss?
Do what you want.
Ariel, come on. Let's talk, please.
But Ogres, maybe don't take on the son of Shrut Miestia on your own, yeah?
I'll call you a priest if you want.
right, leave him be.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Shulsky. Let's get out of sight. But if anything starts shaking, I'll shoot you.
Don't stare. That way.
This whole butcher's shop is a cover, right?
None of your business.
Jakieś tajne drzwi.
Got a problem? Take a seat.
Sit down. Tell me why you're bothering me. And how exactly did you find me?
Very inventive hiding spot. And a nice place.
We've got our own little store here with different varieties. I'm just doing my best to unload it efficiently. Don't waste my time.
Why do they call that bruiser Oguras?
He's got a green pecker from untreated pox with these little bumps like on those little cocktail gherkins.
I hope he gets well soon.
I'll pass that on. That everything?
It wasn't such a huge challenge.
Who squealed?
I found a certain attic where one thaumaturge set up a warm nest for himself.
Oguras!
Hey, calm down. I won't tell anybody anything. All your secrets are safe with me.
You're on the thinnest ice you ever walked on. Say what you want.
I've got a certain problem, and I'd like to get rid of it quickly.
Is it made of clay and weighs 2 tons when it shows up? So you got sick of running back and forth across Kerbich Bridge?
I'm not going to pretend I understand.
Golems aren't great at swimming, remember? Since it's following you, going across a bridge would force it to. Forget it. I can see why you can't deal with it on your own.
I need the knowledge of a Kabbalist. Your knowledge.
I think I have at least a few reasons to say no, don't I? The main one is the death of my business partner and best friend.
I didn't know a golem was after me.
You shouldn't have shown up at the dungeon that day at all.
You shouldn't have taken that job. I don't have time, Ariel. We both know that only you can help me. You can keep tormenting me, but are you going to tell me something or not?
I can torment you and tell you. A golem is a salutor like any other, but housed in a physical form. But you attract it and bind it in the same way.
So you need to discern the flaw of the person it's following and then defeat it.
Well done. The difference being that it's following blood first and the flaw second. But first you have to deprive the golem of its physical body, the shell in which the salutor is housed. You also need to know where the ritual was conducted, because that's the only place you can do it. Good luck.
So, apart from my family's blood, the golem is attracted to my initial flaw, right?
Initial? So how many have you got?
I've got plenty. I have a really handsome number of salutors.
You're lying. You'd have lost your mind.
If you say so. How can I get rid of that clay shell it has?
You can't. For that you need a Kabbalist. Moi. I know the incantation for the Berur ritual.
What?
Instructions for reversing the evil eye, cleansing body and soul, and hiding from the unwanted, but why should I explain them to you?
I'm guessing this will cost me something. Money? A favor? A further humiliation?
We'll see.
I know the place the golem was summoned. The basement of Nozhik Synagogue.
So, Sofer managed to do it?
Thank you. So we're going into the basement of a synagogue, where you'll use Kabbalah to strip the golem of its physical form, right? Then I'll bind it and free myself from its curse?
Not quite. The golem is mine.
What do you need the golem for?
None of your business.
You want revenge. That's very sentimental if you think about it.
Another word, and you'll be looking for a new Kabbalist.
Kurwa.
Over my dead body.
Very possibly. But as you said, you've got a lot of salutors. This one won't make a difference to you. And you'll never hear me say, fuck off, again.
And what about my flaw? If I lose my initial flaw, I'll lose contact with my initial salutor, right?
Could be yes, could be no. I don't know. Want to find out?
No.
Unless you've got a long line of relatives with flaws?
Nie masz... O kurwa.
Just me.
Too bad.
Actually, I have a twin.
An unexpected development. Does she carry a flaw?
I don't know.
So, find out.
Let's wrap this up. We've got a deal.
A toast? A very successful batch. We haven't shipped everything out yet.
This won't make me go blind, will it?
The risk is part of the fun.
I'll risk it.
Się morda skrzywiła.
Ready?
We'll meet there. I've got one more thing to sort out.
Don't forget your sister.
Zgaduję, że Ligia ma skazę związaną z tym, że jest tak pcha się w stronę kariery. Nie, Miru, bo ona jest w sklepie. No ja. Jo.
Not now, Victor. I don't have time.
We have to talk about the golem. I know how to stop it now.
You know what to do? Tell me.
I found out that you can only call off a golem in the place where it was made. It was summoned in the synagogue.
How do you know that?
Father's former sales clerk led me there.
Hayat? How did he know? Don't tell me he had something to do with this.
Well, he begged the previous rabbi to send the golem after father. He did it out of revenge for the disappearance of a certain Horowitz.
The pharmacist? What exactly is Hayat accusing Papa of? Of killing him?
Yes, it looks that way. I'm not going to get into details, all right?
There's no need. But I'm going to send Hayat's laundry up in smoke, all right?
All right, Lady Macbeth.
She got others to do her work. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. If, of course, the family business is threatened.
No kurwa, no mówiłem, że ambicje.
Do you trust me, sister?
I trust you. And I'm glad that you're here with me, even if it's not always easy.
Do you know what a flaw is?
Kind of, but Papa didn't tell me too much about his abilities.
A flaw is a hidden stamp that sometimes defines our behavior or even our lives. It's formed in the subconscious and centers around the things that matter most to us. It might be the memory of something tragic or shocking from the past, or something that takes us over completely, obsessively. If you were to tell me the one thing in your life that matters most, what would it be?
Where's this coming from? My family. And you, too, of course.
Now, seriously this time.
Alright, I'm sorry. I'm putting you second. Work comes first. I want to work. Hard and honestly. And I want to be respected for it. Not have fingers pointed at me.
To jest chyba jedyna osoba,
And so it
kurwa, której chyba skazę zostawię. No
I
tak
don't
mnie,
doubt you've
kurwa,
got
kusi.
that certain something inside you. I will, and thank you for opening up to me. And good luck.
Thank you.
I meant the people who stand in your way.
Thank you.
I have to poke around here.
If you need any... Not now.
I need you.
You sound...
Today, the curse placed on Father...
Are we going down?
Ariel Rofa.
Do I know?
I see.
Oh.
There's no...
Sprawdzę, czy jestem w stanie jakby już na tym etapie z nią tą skazę wyciągnąć. No właśnie, tak sobie... Może jestem. Bo Ligia, jako jedyna osoba, a potem jakoś, żeby jej zostawić tą skazę. Tak samo jak Gina. Mogę zostawić. Wtedy bym stracił go, ale fajne po prostu. Znaczy fajny solator. Zobaczymy. Czy jestem w stanie z niej tą skazę wyciągnąć? Ale chyba nie. Chyba nie.
Not now. You know what?
Do you know?
Kind.
A flaw. It might... if you...
Where's this come? And you... Alright, I want...
I don't doubt you've got that certain something inside you. I can see you've got some kind of flaw after all. I think it's one related to obsessive tenacity or pathological ambition.
Should I be offended or afraid? Can I get rid of it?
Yes, don't worry. But that's business for later. Nothing will happen to you.
You're the thaumaturge here. All right, so what now?
Do you trust?
I trust you.
I found...
How do you know that?
Father's...
Hayat?
Well, he did...
The farm?
Yes.
There's no need. But I'm going to send Hyatt's laundry up in smoke.
All right, Lady Macbeth.
She got others to do her... If, of course, the...
I have...
Dobra, to zaraz. Pierw uboczniak. Oczywiście, że tak. Mam miejsca na 3 skazy, o? Nie. Czyli tak, to będzie Golem, Ligia, Abaurycy pewnie i ktoś jeszcze. Potem chociaż Abaurycy niby nie ma skazy.
Victor, tell me, does the blood on the pavement by the entrance really stand out?
I didn't notice anything.
Attaboy. Listen, we've got a job coming our way, just like in the good old days. You, me, and beating up some thugs. Interested? I know you are.
Tell me, what kind of action have you got coming up?
There's this guy, Kafar, from Ruzhitz. The bastard thinks he can mess with the left bank. He and his people seized one of mine, Max. Said he owed them. He got away, but there's still bad blood. I thought I might explain a thing or two to Kafar. So, shall we go there?
Why don't the shivs deal with it?
You offer an adventure to strengthen the bond in good faith, and this is how he treats you. I love my boys, and don't tell them that, but you've got to be nifty here and know some magic. Come to Ruzhitz with me.
You have my grimoire.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. Come on, let's show Kafar we mean business. I won't have anyone going after my people for some imaginary debts. Look how beautiful it is. The babble of fishwives, the cursing of longshoremen, and there, marshmallows are being cut on a chopping block. Oh, and there my dad used to have a stall. Well, never mind. Where do we find that wise guy?
There, in a shack in the southeast. His people usually stand by the entrance.
Let's go then. But you go with the shivs and lock Ruzhitz so that Kafar knows this is serious. And so that none of those bastards get away.
I can't let you stick your neck out for me, boss.
Not just me. It won't be the first time we beat on some knaves with Victor.
What exactly did that kafar do to you?
He's threatening to send his people to hurt my daughter if I don't give him back his money. I won the money fair and square, in a game of cards, but Kafar claims he was drunk, and I took advantage of that.
Don't worry. We'll sort him out for good. Go on, close the gates.
On it, boss.
Today, my dear Victor, we will embark on a sentimental journey. A long, long time ago in the Mermaid City lived a brute, the leader of 40 grafters, keeping order at Ruzhitz.
Let me guess. We are the righteous warriors who will teach him a lesson, right?
You know it. We are some helpful bastards, aren't we?
You seem to be in awfully good mood.
Well, sure. It's just like the old days, isn't it? You and me against the world. Old pals pledged their loyalty, their voices like a sling projectile. Besides, the Ruzhitz lads are really fun to smack round. Oh wait, speak of the devil. Here they are. Let the fun begin.
What do you think you're doing? Closing the gates, kicking up a shindy? You shouldn't show up here, Nujits.
Yes, I know. You're intimidated by the sight of an intellectual. It's time to write the first chapter of today's tale on these ruddy mugs. I will call it The Pilgrim and the Poet Came. Oh, Victor, that was truly exquisite. Can you smell the aroma of Madeleine wafting through the air? When you smacked the tallest one, I almost shed a tear.
And this is just chapter 1. Time for chapter 2?
Sure thing, and we can do anything we want in it. It just has to end with us paying Kafar a visit. After all, I'm on official business here. This is our time, Victor. And time is like a little partridge, running fast as fuck. We need to take advantage of that. Follow me. One scum queen awaits in a tower.
Lead the way.
Hold on, scumbags. I'm talking to you.
What did we do to deserve that kind of treatment from the authorities?
Authorities? What authority? He's just a corrupt copper.
You must have a death wish, you lice-ridden mongrel.
Lovely. Another one to be made into mincemeat. Let's go, Victor. Although, upon careful consideration, the process won't help much in this case.
Bauerici, stary chuju.
Get out of here, bastards!
Bauerici, do you remember how we used to make fun of the constables to make them chase us?
I sure do.
Hey, ugly. It's in your pocket and it's gonna muck it.
What?
Shit's a lot.
I'm gonna tear you apart.
This one lacks a sense of humor. Chapter 2, The Pilgrim and the Poet Saw.
Minus.
There's something odd nearby. There's something odd nearby.
are you joshing for? Niedzits, this ain't your turf. Why the hell did you come here raising a stink?
Get out of our way, plebeian.
Wait, Abauritse. Take a look at him. Doesn't he look like...
Samson the Thug! The same beady eyes are straying in search of reason.
What did you say?
You look like a hothead from way back who stood in our way. Shall we do the same as we did with the other one?
We're from the Franciscan Sisters to see the Honorable Mr. Kafar, whose generosity is widely known on both sides of the Vistula. We're collecting money for a wooden figure of Christ by the puppet maker Geppetto. We're going to raise money together once his oak limbs come to life.
What? Is there such a puppet maker?
Fuck, I can't keep my countenance like I used to. You can't talk to this idiot.
I'll get you for this.
Kafar, you fucker.
Niedzits, you snitch. You always drop in unannounced.
Did you hear that? A loan shark calls me a snitch? The scumbag. Next time, I'll send you a note. I want you to stay the fuck away from my people, especially Max.
And what are you going to do? I've got a reputation here. You'd best shut your trap and bark up a different tree.
He's going to get his trap smacked. Let's get him.
So what's your version of the story?
Who cares? I didn't take you to have a conversation with him.
The darkest place is under the candle. Your Max nicked something important from me to sell it himself.
Talk all you want. I have no reason to believe you. You've got the wind up, so you'll say anything to save your ass.
You're a schmuck, you know that? Shut your trap!
Victor, I'm getting impatient.
Kurwa, coś jeszcze ci umyka.
Fine, let's try your way.
Like in the good old days.
Aren't you a jumpy little rooster? You've got nothing on me. And Max has got to give me what he owes.
All right, have it your way. Victor and I will be going now.
Really?
Fuck no. And now say goodbye to your teeth, darling. Chapter 3. The Pilgrim and the Poet conquered.
Czekaj. Coś jeszcze mi umyka. Quick save. Czy ja coś zostawiłem na ziemi? Czekaj. No właśnie.
Kafar, you fucker. Next.
And what a...
He's go...
So what's your version of...
Who cares?
The dark...
Sugar?
How?
Never mind.
Yeah. Max wanted to sell right under Yejit's nose. By getting square with him, I'm doing you a favor. Shut your trap!
Victor, I'm getting impatient.
Listen, maybe this time we can use our heads. As it happens, Kafar has a small intoxicating secret.
What do you mean? We're not going to shoot the scumbag? Then our sentimental journey won't be complete, and I will have to rewrite the final chapter.
Kafar is afraid that his sugar smuggling will be exposed. He does it behind the manager's back.
You've really impressed me now, Victor. Well, magic, bitch. You're not so tough now, are you?
And who's going to believe you, fancy boy? Get out of here.
So how about we fuck him up?
Let me show you one more trick. Chapter 3. You can see yourself in an expensive frock coat, surrounded by stall keepers who show you favor and respect. They stare at you like dogs. How delusive it is. One word about your sugar, and it all bursts like a bubble. You've got nothing. Humiliated, defeated, you rot in oblivion.
It's all lost. No! So many years of effort, kissing the manager's ass, squabbling with those bastards from Rozhitz. I can't make it in jail.
Unless?
All right, Mr. Niedzitz. Whatever you want. I've already forgotten about Max. All squared up?
I think we can work it out.
Co powie Abaurycy na to rozwiązanie?
Well, this is what I call a happy ending. We beat up a few thugs, and we taught them a lesson. Well, if that was an evil deed, then the Tsarist government would have arranged war so differently. The loan shark is defeated, and justice prevails eventually. Although I hope we would shoot him. But the magic tricks are fine, too.
I wish I had been able to do all that magic stuff 15 years ago.
Do you think that if you had charmed Setsemin back then, Satanisław wouldn't have sent you away?
If the loan shark hadn't died, you wouldn't have ended up in the street and your father in jail.
But if you hadn't gone, you wouldn't be the thaumaturge you are now. Damn it, Victor, I wouldn't be myself either. You better tell me why it was my dad who swung for it, not us. Honestly. We came back, Satanisław took you into his office for questioning, and then what?
I can't remember. I was too scared. Father first yelled at me and then told me to pack.
Do you think your old man was right to expel you?
I don't know. It was a long time ago. In another life.
Right. And now that Satanisław is pushing up daisies, it doesn't matter anymore. Never mind. Each of us had his share of suffering. And now, we're here drinking vodka as winners. Kings of life, lords of death.
What are you going to do about Max?
Nothing pleasant, that's all I can promise. He wanted to pull a fast one on me, but it ain't gonna happen.
I have to admit that this is some quality vodka.
Agreed. It burns the throat like the urge to sing sonnets. It hits the head like inspiration.
Where did you get it?
Tastes like Różicka. You know, the booze from the butcher's shop.
I know, so it's kosher.
Victor, what do you think about me? Really?
Co to kurwa za propozycja? Kurwa.
Why do you ask all of a sudden?
Stop hedging, you're pissing me off.
I think you're my friend.
What? You still trust me even after I had you kidnapped? Are you an idiot? I'm kidding. I'd follow you into a fire, brother. But don't tell it to my lads or they'll get jealous. But enough talking for now. Let's drink. To friendship, Victor. To being squared up.
Trochę się niż przez scen. Quick save.
All right, I'll forget it. Just get the fuck out.
Yeah, I bet you will. Victor, give me Satanisław's gun.
There. Let the story come full circle.
Say hello to Setsemin in hell.
Who?
Look, Kafar left us some aquavita.
Then get it and let's get out of here.
Let's go. We've earned ourselves a high-grade epilogue. Well, this is what I call a happy ending. We beat up a few thugs, and we taught them a lesson. Well, if that was an evil deed, then the Tsarist government would have arranged war so differently. The loan shark is defeated, and justice prevails eventually. What a grand time. I had a ball. How about you?
Likewise.
You better tell me why it was my dad who swung for it, not us. Honestly. We came back, Satanisław took you into his office for questioning, and then what?
Father never raised his voice. I wished he had screamed and been mad at the time, but all he did was talk. From time to time, Balberit would show up and look at me. I thought I would die that day. Then I heard your father would answer for the loan shark's death, and you and I would get away with it. Stanisław told me to pack and take this gun with me, to remind me that it wasn't just a lone shark who lost his life that day.
Right. My dad would rot in jail, and yours had to sell antiques.
You don't know everything. My father was forced to let one rat inside his home. Ivan Konieczkin.
No shit. Satanisław snitched to the Ochrana? That's tough. Do you think your old man was right to expel you?
I don't know. It was a long time ago. In another life.
Right. And now that Satanisław is pushing up daisies, it doesn't matter anymore. Never mind. Each of us had his share of suffering. And now, we're here drinking vodka as winners. Kings of life, lords of death.
I have to admit that this is some quality vodka.
Agreed. It burns the throat like the urge to sing sonnets. It hits the head like inspiration. Tastes like Różycka. You know, the booze from the butcher's shop.
I know, so it's kosher.
Victor, what do you think about me? Really?
Why do you ask all of a sudden?
Stop hedging, you're pissing me off.
About it, you do not fit into any pattern I know. You're too complex.
Are you flirting with me? No offense, but it won't work out. You're not my type. But enough talking for now.
Dobra,
To friendship, Victor. To being squared up.
Ciekawe, czy w liście coś tego będzie. To samo. Dobra.
Afari, you fucker. Did you hear that? Next time, I'll send you a note.
And what are...
He's...
Listen, mate. Let me... You can...
All right. I think we... Well, the loan shark is defeated, and justice prevails. Although I hope we would...
I wish I had been able to do all that magic stuff if...
Do you think...
If the loan...
But if you have... You better tell me...
Father... from... Stanis...
Right.
You don't...
No. Do you think...
I don't know.
Never mind. King...
Oh yeah. Where did you get it?
Tastes like...
I know. What are you going to do about
Nothing. You want...
So is this the last page of our story?
No way. To be continued. And everyone in Warsaw is emptying their wallets because they have to know how all this ruckus will end. Victor, what do you think about...
I think you're my friend.
What? You still trust me even after I had you kidnapped? Are you an idiot? I'm kidding. I'd follow you into a fire, brother. But don't tell it to my lads or they'll get jealous. But enough talking for now.
Zgaduję, że muszę iść do domu swojego, żeby...
Well, look here, miss. Speak of the devil.
Mr. Shulsky.
The young lady was telling me about you. I had no idea you could do such things. You never told me you could do spells and such. Shall I bring you some tea?
What is it that Mr. Cilia told you about me?
How you conjured up a stolen book and the impression it made. Apparently, it's all anyone can talk about these days. We simply cannot wait for the next performance.
So, what about that tea?
Gladly. Mr. Cilia might take a while to explain things.
I'll be back in a minute.
We're alone.
I see you couldn't wait to see me again, miss.
I'm not even trying to hide it. However, I'm afraid I come to you with an unpleasant matter. Dickstein asked me to contact you regarding a certain matter. Well, alright. Maybe it was me who asked him. The university has been operating in secrecy for years, and suddenly, one of ours was arrested. It seems suspicious to me, as if someone betrayed him. I figured that nobody would solve this case faster than a thaumaturge.
Does this mean you would like me to find the traitor?
All I ask is that you go to Dickstein's.
Should I be concerned for my sister's safety?
She's a frequent speaker and she aids us financially. If the arrests don't cease, someone will eventually betray us. So, I'd say yes, we're all in danger.
I'll handle it. I'll go to Dickstein's as soon as possible.
Thank you. Here's his business card. I won't take up any more of your time. Although, I'll admit I wouldn't mind wasting some of mine in your company.
I promise to keep that in mind. Goodbye, young lady.
See you.
She arrived and was gone in a flash. Didn't even stay for tea. I hope I didn't make some kind of gaffe by letting the young lady in.
No, everything is fine, Grażynka.
She had such kind eyes, and she was giving you a rather telling look, too. I'm not implying anything.
Thank you, Grażynka.
Ciekawy jest, no, czy a dalej jest, udaj się na wykład ligi. To jest, nie wiem, czy to jest błąd, ale jest tam pojawia się, że w przyszłości może się odbyć wykład o traumaturgii. Nie wiem, czy to jest takie nawiązanie, że ta misja się będzie właśnie pod tym, w ten sposób kontynuować.
Good day, Mrs. Yagoda.
Have you worked up an appetite for a cookie?
I was just passing by and thought I'd pop in.
You could also buy something sometime instead of
Chyba nogi mi się bagują.
Mr. Shulsky, thank you for coming.
I came here as fast as I could.
Yes, thank you. However, you must wait a minute. I have a phone call. Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back shortly.
Don't look at me like that. After all, Dickstein himself wants me to discover everything, right?
Yes, Wojtek is brave. But the thing is, he might be too brave. No, I don't know anything. I don't even have anyone I could ask. Yes, I miss you. But caution comes first. How are your parents? You always say that, and then your hands get cold. Hold on. Did you say something to me?
No, I was just talking to myself. Nice apartment.
Thank you. Please wait until I'm finished.
Of course.
Now that you're comfortable and all ears, I think we can begin. As you already know, recently one of my students was arrested. I think your help will be invaluable.
The phone call you received, was it anyone important?
First of all, it was a private conversation. It was my wife, if you must know. I understand that I must answer more uncomfortable questions.
How can I help?
I'm afraid that the arrest of this boy threatens the continued operation of the Flying University.
You're afraid he might simply give you up?
I have also heard that some students have begun to accuse each other of working with the Ochrana. It's very destructive.
Who's the arrested student?
Valdemar, a very talented arithmetician. I feel bad for him.
A locksmith's son. So, you should manage in jail.
Yes. But what scares me most is the atmosphere of distrust that has set in. Of suspicion. A witch hunt. In order for the meetings to continue, I need to know if someone has actually betrayed us. The venue of our next lecture can also be considered compromised.
Do you like to play solitaire?
What makes you ask that?
You're not a gambling man, but your cards appear used.
Oh, the cards. Yes, well.
I know Polina left them here.
Cards also involve math. I use them to explain probability calculus.
You teach your students how to count cards?
Trust me, this has no relation to our case.
Is she the one the students suspect of being an Ochrana spy? Because she's Russian?
Regrettably, we live in such xenophobic times, but I don't harbor even the slightest suspicion against her. Actually, I would like you to definitively eliminate her as a suspect. Preferably without her finding out.
It seems you look after Polina more than the rest of the female students.
I don't expect you to understand all my motivations. I only need your help with the mole matter. If you're able to handle it safely and discreetly for all involved, I shall be very much obliged.
I'm nosy by nature. Please excuse me. We'll round up all suspects in one place. Next, we'll say that I'm there because of a thaumaturgical lecture that you yourselves have requested.
Good idea. The question is, where?
I think it's time for me to reciprocate with an invitation to my house. I only need to ask my sister first.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I think we can conclude our meeting.
Thank you. You're of great help to me. I'll let you know when we're ready. And please be careful. There's been some commotion in front of the tenement house again. Sometimes I don't know if they're coming for me already or if the time hasn't come yet.
Of course. Goodbye.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Goodbye.
No, I don't. Yes. You always say. Did you say something?
No, I was...
Thank you.
Of course.
Now that you're comfortable and all ears, I think we can begin. I think your help will be invaluable.
First... How?
I'm a...
You're a...
It's... Valde...
Hello?
Yeah, you know, the vet...
You're trying to legalize the university, aren't you? Even if it means it will be controlled by the Russians.
I don't see any other way for us. We can't hide forever, and the Russians, they're here now, and I'm thinking about the future. However, we can't do it without your help.
Do you like to play solitaire?
What makes you happy?
You're not a gambling man, but...
Oh.
I know Pauline.
Cards, old...
You
Trust me.
Is she the one the Because...
Regret... Action...
It seems...
If...
We'll round up. Next we'll say that I'm there.
Good at...
I think it's time for me to reciprocate.
Wonderful.
I think...
Thank you. And please be careful. And one more... Next time, all you have to do is ask.
Of course.
Ciekawe, czy jak ja...
Not now, Victor. I don't have time.
I have to poke...
If you...
Not.
I have to...
If you need it.
Czemu nie mam opcji? Może golema.
Not now, Victor. I don't.
I need you. We must end it. Together.
You sound serious.
Today, the curse placed on Father will lose its power. But we...
Are we going down into the synagogue?
Ariel Roffe is already waiting for us. He's the one leading this whole thing.
Do I know him?
I sincerely hope not. He's not a suitable companion for you.
Oh, now I'm dying of curiosity.
There's no time.
How exciting! I feel 10 years old again.
Okay.
Darling sister, here in person. You clearly are of the same blood. We have nearly everything ready, I see.
I don't think we've met. Ligia Szulska.
Ariel Roffe. The pleasure is mine.
Mr. Roffe, this is everything I've been able to find. The candles are placed where you commanded.
Fine.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Szulski. And you must be dear Ligia Szulska. My regards.
The mademoiselle looks pale. Do you feel all right, my lady?
Yes, sure.
Victor, I need a pound of flesh, and it's up to you whose body it comes from.
Victor, what's going on? What's he talking about?
Are you scared?
I'm not afraid of anything. Are you?
Never. You mustn't fear.
Then let's do it. Tell me how I can help you.
You've already helped me plenty.
Enough chit-chat. Since everything's ready, let's get to work.
How do you get rid of the golem's physical form?
There's an old ritual. It's called the Bera. It's a sifting ritual. The incantation allows us to sift out the demonic part from the rest of the creature. It also helps with cases of possession.
Good to know.
By the way, your father must have really gotten under Sofa's skin.
My father had that effect on people. This ritual, are you sure it's safe?
Just trust me, as I trust you'll keep your word. I won't touch a hair on your sister's head.
I'm here, Mr. Roffe.
And aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Let's begin.
Don't mess this up.
I'll do my best.
Won't it come?
Patience.
Hashem, be merciful.
Have more faith, Feldman. More faith! Yit Gadar. Yit Kadash Shimiraba. Ready?
Yes.
I take her flaw, you get rid of the golem, and we're quits.
Kurwa.
Sorry, friend. Not this time.
You bastard!
Kurwa, nie żyje.
Not so threatening now, are you?
Even Ganefs have more honor.
We don't always get what we want in life.
We had a deal. Fuck off!
Enough! Stop! Both of you! Not here!
You're lucky, Shulsky.
That's enough, Mr. Rofa.
You'll be looking over your shoulder for the rest of your life.
Let's get your sister to a safe place. I'll call a carriage.
Czy 2 skazy wziąłem?
What happened? How did I get here?
Feldman helped me bring you here. He just left. He told me to say hello.
That was kind of him. What about the golem?
Now we're safe from the curse of Satanisław. The golem is mine now.
And what about my flaw?
I took it for myself.
So you cheated Ariel Rofe.
I couldn't trust him. We're not sure he wouldn't use the golem against us. You know how Rofe earns his living?
That doesn't mean you have to follow his example. It looks like you tricked him and me for your own purposes because you thought you knew better. And now, we might be back in danger.
You'd better get some rest. Without the floor, you don't seem like yourself.
You'd better watch what you say.
On prawdopodobnie by mnie zrobił w chuja. Dlaczego? Bo to za tą skazą podąża golem, nie za moją. Znaczy, może właśnie za naszymi skazami, obydwa skazy przyciągają golema. Co za tym idzie? Co za tym idzie? On by dostał golema.
Mr. Shulsky, there's a young lady to see you. I'll serve tea in the drawing room.
I won't stay long. There's no need.
Thank you, Grażynka.
A nice house, a spot of tea, a housekeeper. When the revolution comes, everything here will go up in smoke.
Over my dead body. This house is my heritage.
I'm teasing.
Did he say anything?
You know what? He confirmed my belief that thaumaturges are freaks.
Thank you, Wanda.
I'm glad I could help. I've got an appointment with Michał.
Give my best to your fiancé.
He hasn't proposed yet.
Will the young lady be visiting us more often?
It's not like that. Don't let your imagination run away with you, Grażynka.
Oh, right.
Moje bnięcie. Ciekawy jestem, kurwa, żeż... Czy jestem w stanie jakby... Jest duże prawdopodobieństwo... Nie, ten zapis. Jest bardzo duże prawdopodobieństwo, że jak ja mu oddam skazę siostry, to on będzie mieć golema. Zacznę.
You clearly are...
I don't think we've...
Ariel? Fine.
Oh, and you?
Yes.
Victor?
Victor, what?
To lure the golem, we need your mature flaw.
Am I the bait?
I could have phrased it better. The point is that only you with your flaw can lure the golem here.
Will I lose my flaw in the process?
One that's linked with aspirations, chasing something. Ambition, even to an excessive degree. And yes, you will lose it.
Fine. Get that flaw out of me.
Co?
A co to jest, kurwa, że nie ma internetu w ogóle na telefonach? Ty nie ściągasz żadnych filmów czy coś?
Co?
Mówię, nie ma internetu na telefonach, kurwa.
May I ask why you don't want to?
Based on what you explained to me about flaws, I consider it an imperfection. And I'm a perfectionist, Victor.
Enough chit-chat. Since everything's ready, let's get to work.
How do you get...
There's... it all...
Good to know.
By the way...
My father had... Let's begin.
Don't...
I'll do...
Won't it come?
Have more? Ready? Back in a moment.
Mr. Rofa, what?
She'll be fine. It's all over. You're both free.
You can start paying off your debt right now. I'll soon need your help and skills.
Just say where and when. Come on. We gotta take your sister home.
I'll call you a carriage.
What happened?
I wasn't supposed to tell you, but Rofe brought you.
Oh. Was he saying something?
Why are you asking about Rofe?
God, no reason. I was just curious. I've never dealt with his type.
He's pretty handsome, I guess.
Stop.
Now we're safe from the curse of Satanisław. Rofe...
So now...
I kept my word.
Maybe you should...
But you agreed to it.
I'm kidding. You should have seen your face. May I hear the details of...
I'll tell you in...
All right.
Nie no, to jest taki teścik. Achievement to jest? Ja będę... Kiedyś może przejdę tą grę jeszcze raz. I zrobię takie podejście, gdzie jestem... że te osoby, które uważam, że powinny skazę zatrzymać, to im tą skazę zostawię. Czyli Gina, czyli... Na przykład w przypadku tego artysty to jest taki problem, że u niego skaza była toksyczna.
I'm glad you're here. There's something I wish to discuss with you.
You seem excited. Let's hear it then.
I'd like for the Flying University's next meeting to be held here.
What brought on this sudden interest in education in you?
First of all, you're the silly one. Second, it's about Dickstein. Oh, pardon, I meant to say Samuel. He suspects that there might be an Ochrana informer among you.
I told Dickstein this would happen. And when they arrested that boy, I was sure of it.
You agree then, I take it?
Of course. What do you want to do?
I need you to organize it so as not to arouse anyone's suspicion. I want to gather all the students in one place and discreetly examine them. The Mo won't even know I've exposed them.
Just say when.
Let's handle this quickly. Do you think you'll be able to assemble everyone now?
Yes, and you will have a moment to prepare.
What do you mean?
I mean, you should look inside your wardrobe and pick more suitable attire.
Jaki tam kurwa odpowiedni.
If I come in disguise, someone may begin to, well, suspect something. I thought as much.
Kurwa mać. Dobra, czekaj, wróć.
Let us now look for some things I could talk to the students about.
Tak czy jak muszę iść, kurwa, pierś do Rasputina do chuja, bo... Muszę iść do Rasputina, bo będę mieć ograniczoną percepcję. Dopóki mam to gówno na sobie, to w takim razie jop. Rasputin, twoja stara. A ciekawe, co się stanie, jak sprawię, że moja skaza dojrzeje. W ogóle to jest achievement, który ma mało procent graczy. Co? Aż tylko... Co? Tak mało? A ciekawy jestem, czy jakbym na przykład nie kierował się dumą w ogóle w pierwszym akcie, czy spowodowałoby to, że ona mogłaby się zmienić, moja główna skaza, ale chyba nie. Ta skaza jest przyczepiona do mnie. Muszę iść na cmentarz. A czekaj, w sumie tak pomyślę. Ta skaza była od malarza, ta była od tej dziewczyny, co utrzymała brata. Ta skaza jest ukradziona, czyli mógłbym ją oddać. A Krampus... Krampus był od kogo? A, wiem. A Krampusa nie jestem w stanie chyba oddać. Krampus był od... tego pojeba. Co ukradł broń.
Do you have a moment?
For you, always.
I need your help. Again.
And I won't turn you down again.
Myślę, że on chce, żebym oszalał.
See? This is your inevitable, cruel end. It's approaching. You won't escape it, nor hide from it.
I don't want to die.
It's not up to you. Sometimes you have to accept the blow. Now, give him the command.
From now on, you will obey me.
Zwiększył zadawane obrażenia o 100%. To jest spoko i to jest spoko, ale zaraz zobaczymy. A jeszcze właśnie pomiędzy? Zostały mi ogólnie 3 miejsca na skazę. Duma. No. Może jest taki motyw, że ja mogę oszaleć. Że jak będę mieć wszystkie skazy, to nie jestem w stanie coś wymyślić. Pójdę... Która jest godzina? Nie, to trzeba kończyć. Zapis przyligi. Znaczy, sprawdzę jedną rzecz. Co się stanie, jak pozwolę mojej skazie dojrzeć? Czy będę mieć +2 do statystyki jakiejś? Czy na przykład może będzie sytuacja, że już nie będę w ogóle mógł odpowiadać z dumą? Znaczy, bez dumy.
glad you're here. There's something I wish to discuss.
You seem
I'd like for the Flying University's next...
What brought on this sudden interest?
First of all, you're the silly one. Second, it's about Dickstein. Oh, pardon, I meant to say Samuel. He suspects that there might be...
I told...
You agree then?
Of course.
I need you to organize it so as not to arouse anyone's suspicion. I want to gather all the students in one place and discreetly examine them. The Mo won't even know I've exposed them.
Just say when.
Let's handle this quickly.
Yes, and you will have a moment to...
What do you mean?
I mean, you should look in...
If I come in disguise, someone may begin to, well, suspect some. I thought as much.
Why are you amusing yourself at my expense like this?
I'm sorry, I thought this was my house.
Yes, and I very much like it here.
And what have you found to be most to your liking here, miss?
I don't think I could pick just one thing. I think what fascinates me the most is that every mundane object can have a second, highly magical purpose concealed just beneath the surface.
That's true. I wanted to discuss it during the lecture.
I can hardly wait.
Excuse me, miss. I want to...
Yes, of course.
Kurwa, ale dobra, czyli to jest, bądź co bądź, to jest chujowe, żeby to w tym momencie robić. Patrz, skaza. Chuja. Szczerze, to jest naprawdę chujowe, żeby spowodował quick save. Spowodował wzrost mojej skazy do tego poziomu, tego maksymalnego. Kurwa mać. Muszę znowu to przeprowadzić, niech to chuj strzeli. Muszę zacząć się robić zapis. Poproszę o hipnozę. Bo nie... Te normalne odpowiedzi mi się zamykają już kompletnie. I teraz, owszem, ja bym chętnie poprosił, żeby wyszła, ale jeszcze mam sporo gry do przejścia, zgaduję. Znaczy, może nie sporo, ale kawałek. Zaraz będzie problem, że nie będę mógł odpowiadać nikomu normalnie. Że tak powiem, w zrównoważony sposób. Ciekawe. Czyli Tutaj niby sobie zażartowałem do ligi, ale zamykają mi się opcje dialogowe. Więc może lepiej, żeby na ten moment sobie tego nie robić.
I'm glad you're here.
What?
Dick. You.
Of course.
I need you. I want to.
Just say when. Yes.
What?
I mean,
If I can. I thought.
Coś bardziej takiego, kurwa... O! Coś ten desen? Zajebiste. W krotę.
I have a few skeletons in my closet.
Mr. Victor, I'm sorry, I couldn't not look in here. I am in awe of this entire house.
And what have you found to be most to your liking here?
No właśnie, no właśnie.
I don't think
to
I
jest
could
taki
pick
problem,
just
że
one thing. I think what
ja mam teraz
fascinates
tylko
me the
jedno
most is
użycie
that
skazy,
every mundane
żeby
object
nie
can
zablokować
have a
sobie opcji
second,
dialogowych.
highly
O
magical purpose
kurwa.
concealed just beneath the surface.
That's true. I wanted to discuss it during the lecture.
I can hardly wait.
Have you been to other rooms as well, miss?
What do you mean?
Someone snooped around my bedroom. Are you up to something with a mysterious partner again?
Mr. Shulsky, I resent that. I didn't come into anyone's bedroom. Who do you think I am? I'll wait downstairs. I don't want anyone to misconstrue this situation as inappropriate.
Yes, sir.
Dobra, tutaj chyba zakończę. Mogę jeszcze wyjść na dwór. Co ciekawe. Ale w ogrodzie nic nie, dobra. Tu zakończę.